Well, as promised, here's part 2 of the Oakland Cemetery. So let's go back to Jefferson County and see who's here. Hey guys, like I said at the beginning, this is part 2 and we're going to do about 30 more people in this cemetery because it's so large. And to cut the video short so you don't get bored. Thank you guys, all of our new subscribers once again. We sure do appreciate that. So let's get started with this video. Again, it's just off of Dumpling Valley Road. If you guys know anything about Jefferson County and around the Dandridge area or White Pine, it's northwest of Dandridge though. And it was established in 1847. And as I said in the first video, there's only 94 people buried here. But even with just 94 people, it is hard to get, a good timed video so it won't go over so long. And we can spend a little time with history that we find on those who are buried here. So, the first one we've got is George Luther Klein, 1863 to 1896. Hammond Klein, 1845 to 1864. John Henry Klein, 1859 to 1863. Little boy, only 4 years old. Juliet Emily Gass Klein, 1837 to 1914. Martha E. Klein, 1844 to 1862. James O. Corbett, and he was born April of 1912 and only lived 1 month. Florida Lutetia Gass Cox. I cannot believe I got that Lutetia name out, but I did. 1861 to 1934. Beautiful name. And then we have her husband, William George Washington Cox, 1856 to 1922. There's also a George C. Cox, and he was born April of 1911, and the little feller only lived 1 month. There's a lot of children in here, and you can see what looks like a lamb sitting on top of his little headstone. Then we have Howard Cox, and they called him Dude, not D-U-D-E, but D-O-O-D. So that's a little interesting. He was born in 1908, and he died in 1978. Then there's Margaret A. Cox, and she was born in August of 1924, passed away the following February, only 6 months old. And she was the sister of George Cox that we just mentioned. Next is Margaret Catherine Henderson Cox, 1888 to 1963. And next to her is her husband, Robert Taylor Cox, 1884 to 1959. And then there's Ruby L. Cox, 1900 to 1906. So there you go. There's another baby, another child. Now we have George H. Frank, 1842 to 1901. Now this picture shows both his regular headstone and his military headstone. George served as a private in Company B of the 6th Tennessee Infantry in the Union Army during the Civil War. We have an infant daughter of the Frank family. She was about a year old when she passed, 1875 to 1876. Then there's Tabitha E. Frank, 1866 to 1903. Bertha Lou Carpenter Freer, 1881 to 1920. Bessie Gass, 1891 to 1919. Howard D. Gass, 1888 to 1908. John Alexander Gass, 1862 to 1917. With his wife, Louisa Cox Gass, 1867 to 1931. And they called her Eliza, actually. Moving on, we got Bobby Don Haynes, 1931 to 1963. And his headstone, it says that he was the first lieutenant, but we don't know if he served, what branch of the military did he serve? Was it Army? Was it Air Force? Was it Marine? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. The man served, and hats off to him. We have his mother, Fanny Clarice Schrader Haynes, 1909 to 1999. His father, Jennings Don Haynes, 1901 to 1974, and Jennings was born in Madison, North Carolina. We also have Jennings' mother, Hester Iowa Balding Haynes, 1877 to 1961. She was born in North Carolina also. So I see a lot of, we've got Florida name, we've got Iowa, I think the first video we had America, so they've got some unique names. Next we have a Korean War soldier, V. Lionel King, 1930 to 2011. He served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War, but we couldn't find a picture of his grave. Now, for this part of our look of this cemetery, there are 3 people buried here with no photos of their graves or any information other than who they are. And that would be Tabitha S. Cheney Frank, 1809 to 1870. Her husband, William S. Frank Jr., and they called him Bill, 1809 to 1857. And the very last person that we'll look at in part 2 is Evelyn Joyce Newbert King, 1930 to 2021. That's a very recent one. And she was the wife of Lionel that we talked about in the Korean War. So there we go. And that, unfortunately, will finish part 2. And if the Lord's willing, I'll be back next week with part 3. I'm not sure how many parts we're going to have. This may do it. Just one more part of this cemetery. But, we always like to give a shout out to all those veterans, no matter, what they served under, who they served under. We are going to give a shout out to the veterans because, hey, they deserve it. But anyway, thanks for all my new subscribers. Guys, keep on sharing my videos and getting it out there for me. And, if there's a video or some people that you want me to look for, just give me a holler and I'll do my best to try to help you with your ancestors. That's what I do it for, is I look for ancestors and hopefully I can help someone find theirs. So thanks for watching once again. And like I said, next week we'll be doing part 3, and it's probably going to be the final one on this cemetery. And I'll see you. God bless. Bye-bye.